Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Anno Gomes.
Yep. Hi, my name is Anno Gomes.
Yes.
Good to be here on the podcast. Thanks for having me, Anna Berosh.
I like how you say Berosh. That's cool.
Yeah, it's different to how it's normally pronounced.
It is.
Yep.
And yet like how it should be pronounced by I guess historians. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a historian.
You're a historian. Yeah. Well, I like calling you Anno. Okay, so you've got a bit about it. Obviously, you're Australian. If anyone hadn't picked up,
Yeah,
your
I'm
accent.
from the continent of Australia.
Yeah.
Southern Hemisphere.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got some coordinates there.
You ever go to Australia?
I have been to Australia.
Yeah, nice country, right?
It's all right. You plan to go back?
Yeah, it's in Southern Hemisphere, so I'll be going south. Because we're in the northern one now.
We are in the northern.
We are
it's
the
pretty
northern
crazy.
Hemisphere. Yeah, colder.
It is colder, isn't it? Although it depends on how far north you go. I guess we are pretty north.
Yes, quite north.
Yeah.
Lower temperature.
Lower temperature, yes. This is very Anno Gomes. This is you're in the house. You are here.
How many minutes have we filled already?
Yep.
Are we close to the end?
I think we're close to the end. I think we can wrap it up.
Great. I'm excited.
I'm excited. This is it's funny. Okay, so you've been visiting Berlin for the last, I call you visiting. You've been living here now for how many months have you been in Berlin?
Like 4 months now.
That's a good stay.
120 days.
120 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and
hours,
so
I think you'd be 24 times 120. What's that?
I feel like you're the mathematician here.
Yeah.
You're leaning into those statistics. So where are you at?
2,000 and around 2,500.
2,500 hours?
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
That's a few hours. But your plan was just to come to, because you live in Melbourne normally, right?
Melbourne, yes. Melbourne in the state of Victoria in the country of Australia, which is also a continent.
It is.
Yeah, continent and country.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy ones. The only crazy. Well, Antarctica is also that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And South America's a country. Oh
yeah,
my God.
good country.
No, it's not at all. Yeah, Antarctica and Australia are the two.
Okay, which one's Antarctica?
Or is Antarctica? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Where is it? Is that the one on the bottom or the top?
That's the bottom.
Ah, that's the bottom. What's the one on the top?
I don't think the top is a continent. There is one. There's the North Pole, but I think it's much smaller than Antarctica.
Right. Santa,
exactly. It's Santa's
North Pole,
the pole.
Yeah.
And so they have candy canes for fences.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to visit that.
I'd love to visit that too.
It's like cold.
But lots of presents.
Yeah.
Yeah. And elves.
Elves.
Yeah. Do you watch Big Mouth?
No.
Okay.
Animated
comedy.
Television.
Animated. Exactly. Written by comedy writers.
Comedy writers.
Comedy writers. John Mulaney and the other dude, Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
Mm-hmm.
John Mulaney, comedian.
Yeah.
He performs stand-up comedy.
He does
in venues.
In
America.
venues. It's crazy, like how stand-up comedy often coincides with venues.
Yeah, it is weird that way. Yeah, often in venues.
Often
you don't think about it normally, but it is definitely
a venue-based sport.
Yeah.
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 Can't just be
sport.
A sport.
You're calling it a sport.
I'm going to call it a sport.
Okay.
It's a business.
Yeah, the comedy business.
And sport's a business.
Show business.
Show business
I think is the umbrella term, and then comedy business would be underneath that.
Yeah, there's less dancing, less singing.
Businesses as well.
Business.
Broadcasting business.
Broadcasting.
Podcast.
I thought you were thinking of what you could see. Yeah.
Yeah, broadcasting and then podcast inside that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I like
business.
this is some good, conceptual chains of it's like we're building a flowchart here, really.
Yeah.
So you've been visiting Berlin for 3 months, 4 months now.
4 months.
4 months, and you started your own mic here. You've been very busy on all the stages, and you're going to be moving to London soon.
No, well, I'm just visiting London.
You just visiting London.
Yeah, performing stand-up comedy at various
venues. Yeah.
In Berlin.
Yeah.
Germany,
Berlin, Germany, not
Europe.
to be confused with Berlin, Florida.
Yeah. I don't think they have that.
No, I don't.
There's a Melbourne in Florida.
I know. That's why I thought of it, I think.
Yeah.
Is there a Paris in Texas, or is that just a movie?
I don't know.
You don't know? No,
I would assume French ones maybe in Canada, right?
That's a smart
guess.
Yep. But also Texas, I feel like Texas would be like, yeah.
French?
Nah.
Names?
Yeah, well, actually, no. It's like Creole. I'm not sure, actually. Creole's more Spanish? Or is it French? You're not.
I speak English.
Yeah, you do. You talk. You when you came into my apartment, you read something on my wall.
Yeah, in English. Yeah.
And it's a German word, and the way you pronounce it, I was like, yep, you really are just visiting.
Fewer what?
Yeah, you said fewer where. Where is that what you said?
Yeah.
Fewer where?
Fewer where.
And it's Feuerwehr. But it's okay. That's all right. You don't live here.
But if you think about it, when that thing is when they throw it into it's the thing to save the...
It's a life-saving ring. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're probably thrown into an ocean.
Yeah.
The person who's getting saved is probably wearing less clothes than they would be, because they probably just have a bathing suit on as opposed to a full clothing, similar to we're wearing now. Full clothing.
Full clothing.
Yeah.
The insight is quite amazing that we're getting here.
Lots of insight.
So much insight. In terms of adults only, I'm just going to go straight into
this. This is adults. This is adult topics.
It is. Look, life-saving is an adult topic.
Yeah. You don't see many kids as on the job of life-saving.
I don't know. It depends on what you define as a child. But I think 16-year-olds can be lifesavers.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
I had friends in high school that were lifesavers.
I don't think that'd be good.
Well, you grew up in Adelaide. Did you swim much?
Yeah, but if I ever saw like a 16-year-old life-saving and be like, are they going to save my life? Well,
Yeah.
They don't seem as capable
as
an adult,
It's true.
I want like a 30, maybe someone who's still physically good at saving lives, but
you'd say like 20s are optimal because 30s
with enough experience that they've already saved previous lives.
But do you need experience?
I don't know. I don't know anything about life saving.
That's good.
I just know
what you trust.
Yeah,
and that's not 16-year-olds. So it is an adults-only topic. Saving lives, I guess. I wonder how many children have actually been awarded with like a life-saving medal.
I don't know what the medals are for that life-saving.
Not the Pulitzer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not a Nobel Peace Prize.
Unless they've saved like a lot of lives, I think maybe you could get that one. But
that's true.
You have to save a lot, I think.
A lot.
Yeah.
So in terms of adults only content,
can I mention before I was gonna say it's interesting we have a similar name. I don't know if you've noticed.
Well, I was gonna talk about that briefly, and then we got distracted by something. But yes, we do have a similar Anno, Anna.
Yep. I don't know if you've noticed. It's actually 75% similar.
Does this joke ever land?
Yep. It's not a joke. It's just an observation.
It is.
Because when you actually look at the letters A N A, mine's A N O. So when you think about it, there's actually A N N. They're the 3 out of the 4 letters which makes 75%.
Which does make 70. It's like 3/4. 75%. That's a lot of similarity.
Yeah.
And actually our surnames, Beros, Gomes, there's some similarities there.
There's a couple letters.
I'd say there's three letters.
B-E-R.
O, E, and S, right?
Yeah. That's 3.
It's 3. Did I say 3? Did I say? I think I said 4.
Know.
3, exactly.
3 in the last name, 3 in the first name.
Yeah. So we're
same amount of letters in
amount.
both names.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities between the names there. Yeah.
So does that? So 3 out of 4 in both, which means
Five.
our names are
last
out of
one.
5. Yes, stimmt. So it's 3 out of 5, which makes it
6
less of a
out of-
compelling statistic.
6 out of 9.
6 out of 9. So
That's
we're
quite a lot.
roughly 65% the same person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Based on names. Yeah.
Based on names.
Interesting.
That's pretty
When
crazy.
you think about it, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But the thing is, Anno and Anna are definitely it's definitely a European name, and saying it with the Australian accent is, you could argue that it's wrong, but it's enjoyable that you're Anno, not Anno,
And
I'm Anna, not Anna.
Yeah, different pronunciation.
Gomes, Beros should probably be Gomes and Beros.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're victims of anglicization.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. What is that?
When something's
Anglicization.
Yeah, when something's been made to be Anglo English.
Big angle. Anglicization. So
Yeah.
the angle gets bit like a right angle, and then it gets bigger.
Yeah, or it's just to do
Well,
with
the
the
angle, I
English.
think.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anglo being like the
Like it's
term.
45 degrees, and then it gets like 50 degrees angle and 60 degrees.
You know what?
Anglo-size.
That's exactly what it is.
Asian, yeah.
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 It's about the angles.
Yeah.
It's about degrees, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any other insights about our names?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I
No.
think that was it. You just wanted to point that out. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
How many minutes are we at now? Are we
Yeah,
close
you're
to the-
really counting them down. We're very few for how long it feels. It's true.
Fantastic. I'm excited for the rest of the minutes.
To people who've listened to my last episode, I just want to say that I'm trying to hold the microphone better this time whilst filming, so hopefully this is going to be a better quality audio. However, the content of the audio
Questionable.
may not be up to standard.
What are the fans saying? They hate the audio.
No,
They're
I
not
just listened
fans
back
of the
in
audio.
editing it last week. I was like, oof. There's a lot of inconsistency with the audio capture because I was moving it a lot more.
Right, the moving.
But also Deo and I were on mushrooms, so
Really?
presence of mind wasn't.
You took mushrooms there.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Have you taken mushrooms before?
Drugs. Yeah, I've taken sure. Shrooms they call them.
Shrooms, yeah.
It's a hallucinogenic drug.
Psilocybin is the active,
Active
the
ingredient.
psychoactive ingredient.
Yep.
Mhm. And you've done this before. Where have you done
Yeah,
it?
makes you high.
I guess in a way, yeah. In a way, high is such a general term. I think.
Yeah,
for
very
a-
non-specific.
It's
That's
very
true.
it can make you introspective. It can make you hallucinate. All the different things that high can be. Yeah, I certainly don't think it may. Mushrooms definitely don't make you hyperactive.
Hyperactive.
No.
More active than usual. Hyper.
Yeah, like physically energetic. I don't think they give you physical energy.
No.
No. What's been your experience on shrooms? Anna?
Yeah, not much physical energy.
What was the context of the high or of the?
I don't know. You
shrooms?
take them in the woods with some friends.
Oh yeah, you collected them and ate them in the woods, or did you just go to the woods and
I
bring
don't know. Someone
BYO?
Yeah, BYO.
BYO shrooms?
You ever do them shrooms?
Oh,
It's a drug, you know.
It's a drug.
How was that with a podcast though?
Yeah, fun. It wasn't a huge dose. It was just I had like 2 mushrooms. left over.
Microdose.
It wasn't.
That's what they call it when it's a smaller
That is what they call it.
dose.
It's like playing categories with you. It's like I know
What's
this
categories?
word.
Categories is That's the game with
Yeah.
where you guess the word.
Well, you think of you have to categories as a game where you there's a dice or a die. What is it? The plural is dice, I think. Die is so a
die is one. Yeah,
die is one. So there's a die, and the die has letters on it. It's a letter die.
Interesting name, die, because it's also for death.
It is
You say
interesting.
you've died.
So you got death
Die.
is like a gamble, you know. You got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Roll the die. Oh. If anyone hasn't, your jokes aren't based on wordplay much. Nah, your jokes are just very dry observations of life in Anno's world, right?
Yep.
Or no.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I was just thinking, like, your fixation on words is...
You guys normally do jokes on the podcast?
Not intentionally.
Oh.
No.
Damn.
It's just a fun chat with comedians. Like, the idea is that comedians are generally fun chats.
Generally. Not always.
We do have a bit of, like, an Australian vibe of, like, shitting on each other.
Banter.
Yeah, it's banter, but it's banter with a specific type of, like...
Yeah, we're both...
being mean.
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah. Southern Hemisphere.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Did I ever... Did I ever tell you I've been watching my weight?
Oh, no.
Been
What do you mean, like?
well, I've just been like trying to get healthier. Been watching the weight, watching my weight, watching it go up. Yeah.
I was gonna do it.
Oh,
I
I
wanted
thought
to
I meant
see
to
you
set you
struggle a
up,
bit.
yeah.
But that's watching it go up.
Did I tell you I'm on a diet?
Are you on a diet?
Yeah, I'm on a diet now. Get healthier. Be on a diet. I'm on a seafood diet.
Is that when you see food and you eat it?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are all. That's all your material done, Anno.
Yeah.
So now we can talk.
Oh.
That's all you've got. We were butting onto like some potential topics of adults only content right before that.
Yeah. So I guess
There was
my
shrooms.
history. I've been an adult 7 years. I'm 25 years old.
Yeah, you're pretty fresh. You're a pretty fresh adult.
Yeah, I turned an adult when I was 18.
How did you celebrate becoming an adult?
Alcohol.
Other drugs or just alcohol?
I can't remember. Probably.
That was a pretty good celebration then. You don't remember your 18th birthday?
Yeah, no. I should remember it. I guess we had a party or something, and
Was this in Radelaide?
yeah, Adelaide, often called Radelaide because of the word rad and Adelaide. Combining them, you put rad at the start, and it's Radelaide. Yeah.
I like how you felt that name needed an explanation.
Well, some people might not know the word rad, Radelaide.
Rad.
So I guess
what is the long form of rad?
Radical.
Oh, I love it when people say the long form. It's just it's never cool. Like it's never cool. Radical. Do you remember? Like you're young though, so you probably
guess it
don't
was
remember
cool
saying it when it was cool. Like in the 80s when people actually said like radical.
Yeah, skateboarders and stuff like that.
Just like general youth population, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever do that skateboarding?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was.
Did you do any tricks?
No. I could ride down the road. I tried to learn how to do an ollie, but it just,
Ollie. That's
An
where
ollie.
the board is raised off the ground.
Yep, just for a bit.
Yep.
Just for usually one end. Just one end. Couldn't do it. I ended up enjoying rollerblading more.
Rollerblading.
I liked that they were strapped
with
onto my
the-
feet.
Yeah.
4 wheels and 1 line. Inline skates, they're also called.
Inline skates.
Inline because the wheels are in line. Makes
with
so
each
much
other.
sense, right?
Yeah. I'd say most.
No, because
What about a car? The car wheels are in line.
But they've got two
two on each side.
they've got axles.
Motorcycle.
A motorcycle is an
Inline.
inline
Vehicle.
Inline vehicle. Inline motor vehicle.
People pronounce sometimes.
That's
different pronunciation of the same word. Isn't that interesting?
It's so interesting.
Yeah, why is that? What's going on there?
What's going on there? I'd say dialects. I think dialects are what's going on there.
Dialects. What's dialect?
Oh, no.
People say, why'd you say, oh, no? Dialect, I've heard that word many times.
And you don't know what it means?
Not sure what's going on there. Yeah,
How do you
it's
pay
the
your
same
bill?
language.
How do you pay your bills again?
How do I pay my bills?
How do you pay your bills?
I'm a...
it's like 3 days a week.
I'm an English professor. I work with teaching university...
level English.
PhD.
Academic.
Yeah, I teach them English and words.
But really, it's
What?
No, it's like you do
say?
3 days a week. It's remote work. It's something on your computer. What is it?
Oh yeah, it's software development, computer.
You do programming?
Based. I use a laptop, and I do programming. Often, slang terminology, coding.
You do coding.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're more of a numbers man then, than a wordsmith.
Yeah. Well, I would say I'm a wordsmith. Have you heard? I was watching my weight. That's a bit of a word-based thing, you know. Can't do that with numbers.
The smithship of that, or the. I would
you don't think there's much Smith going on.
I'd say the words aren't the beauty of it. You know, I'd say more the timing and the. There's a play on words, but there's not like it's not like a beautiful combination of words that make.
Yeah,
it's not.
That's true. It's not much.
Like, yeah. It's like a mosaic of words or a painting of words. It's more of like a good sum, a good equation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done them before, equations.
Yeah, I think you do a lot of them as a programmer, no?
Not as much as you would have thought, actually. There's not as much maths.
No?
That goes into actual, like, programming if you're just doing, like, web development.
Okay. So it's pretty basic.
Yeah, unless you're an actual computer scientist.
Okay.
2 plus 2
is 4.
Yeah. 4 plus 5. Do you know that one?
9.
Yeah. 6 times.
All right, I'm gonna stop you. I look after kids. I look after kids every second week. I look after kids.
That's a different job.
It is a different job, but what you were just doing there is what I do quite a bit with
the kids.
Yeah,
really?
I help them practice their maths.
Nice.
You know, I do times tables.
That ever helps you with do you learn through that?
I had very good math skills when I was like my math skills don't really need practice. I would
good math skills.
I have very good math
Interesting
skills.
They say maths in Australia,
but math
is used in other places.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like you're an aspiring wordsmith, you know? You were stuck with the numbers and now you're really, you know, you're
I'm
striving.
branching out.
You are branching out.
Yeah.
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 Like a flow chart. No, like oof. You said in one of your bits, you've got a bit about a threesome.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened? I was just like,
we were talking about numbers.
Yeah, it's like no more.
See, threesome
has a number in it.
It's 3.
See
3 is the amount of people.
3 is the number of people in a threesome.
Yeah.
Have you had one before?
No. 3 people. You ever do that? Threesome?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Quite a few.
More
than one time.
More than 1. More than 2. More than 3.
That's the number.
I would say more than. I don't know. I'd hazard to get like more than. Well, I've done foursomes as well. Have you done a foursome? 4.
No.
It's usually just like a couple swap, you know, like partner swapping. That's what a foursome is.
Yeah, how does that work?
Well, you know, like basically if it's two heterosexual couples, they just swap, like each girl goes with a different guy or each guy goes with a different girl.
In the same room?
Can be.
Can be.
Has been. It's nice to watch your partner get fucked by someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't.
You say so.
Yeah, well, it can be fun if you enjoy watching your partner enjoy themselves.
Right. That's good.
Fivesome? Have you done a fivesome?
5.
I assume if you haven't done a threesome, you probably haven't done a fivesome.
No. What the 5? Wouldn't that be considered an orgy at that point?
5, yeah. 5 people plus is an orgy.
It's an orgy.
Well, group sex, yeah. It needs to be more than 5 or more, I think, is the general. Otherwise, it's just...
4 is not included in the...
No, it's usually just...
classification.
No, it's not an orgy with 4 people.
Really?
I think it needs to be 5 plus, yeah.
5 plus?
5 and more.
Yeah. 5 and more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So have you had an orgy before?
No.
Okay.
You ever do that?
Yeah.
Orgy. You've done a lot of different numbers.
I have. I like numbers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at them.
Yeah, I heard you were good at mathematics growing up.
Yeah.
You ever do algebra?
Oh yeah.
That's with the
letters and the numbers.
Yeah, they put the letters as the placeholders for the numbers, and you figure out what the number is.
The letter.
You figure out what the number for the letter is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. So you've done that. You've done algebra, but you haven't done number sex.
No, it's different there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot of people that are math
sex.
Yeah.
Math sex.
It's probably not combined that often. Mathematics and intercourse.
Like you're in the middle of sex and you're like 4 times 3.
Yeah.
6 times 8.
Dirty talk.
Oh,
with numbers.
You got it wrong.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That could be interesting.
It could be fun, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely multitasking.
Numbers.
What's the sexiest number?
Well, I guess 69 is the obvious.
Oh, yeah. I do like 7, though.
7?
And 7 deadly sins, I guess.
Right. 7 deadly sins.
I don't know why I thought 7 deadly. Yeah,
what
sins
are
are deadly, right?
Are they? I thought some sins you can do and not die.
True. I guess 7 deadly sins are like the 7 cardinal sins, so like the big bad ones where you
intercourse before marriage. That's a sin, right? Did you ever do that? Intercourse before marriage?
I did. I've done intercourse after marriage too.
Yeah, both.
But like the bad ones are like, you know, like it's the like I think that the 7 cardinal deadly sins are like gluttony and greed and murder and I think it's those generic things like adultery,
right,
things like that.
What is that, adultery?
You don't know?
I think I know, but I don't know that. I've heard that word. Does it just mean having sex?
Adultery? No. I was developed
adultery. This is an adults only podcast.
Look at you go, Anno.
Adultery. This is a good topic to bring up on the podcast.
It really is
a good thing to talk about.
It is adultery. So you don't know what it is? You think it was just sex, or I think you know. I'm such an old teacher. I think you know what it is, Anna. Adultery.
I'd have to really rack my brain around that one. Adultery.
So it's basically,
I don't know.
It's essentially cheating. So it's like if you have sex with
Oh
someone.
yeah.
When you're married.
Right. Specifically married, cheating.
Although I think you could still call it adultery if you're, if like outside of the realms of you. Although people wouldn't use the term, it is very religious. So committing adultery is
bad.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not always.
In the eyes of God.
In the eyes of God, yes.
Right.
So if you're married, because within the context of God, and you then have sex with Jesus Christ, and you have sex
with
the
Lord and Savior.
If you have sex with Paul instead of your husband Jesus, then yes, you're
right.
Or if
was Jesus married?
No, he was a virgin.
Really?
Apparently.
Until death.
Apparently, but obviously that's a lie. He had Mary Magdalene on his on his tail.
Who was that?
She was apparently a woman of the people who had sex with people for money, I think.
Right.
But like at the same time, I think that might be wrong. But yeah, she's not like Maria. She's Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, I think, was a sex worker.
Right.
I might be very wrong here. I don't know. I don't care to know things anymore. Have you, you're 25.
25 years young. Yes.
You are. And I am seeing a 27-year-old at the moment.
27 years young.
Yeah. So he knows a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But I'm 35, right? I'm 10 years your senior, Anna.
10 years my senior. Yes.
And
10 years difference.
I don't know if there's a generational difference. Like, I think there's something that happens, and maybe it doesn't need to be generational. It doesn't need to be put into anything, but any kind of category. But I've really stopped caring about knowing things.
Right.
Like, I'm happy to be wrong all the time, and I don't desperately want to remember things. I'm more interested in like being able to analyze things and think things through, but knowing facts, I don't.
Just useless type of facts and things.
Or even useful, like, you know, I suppose it's always for...
Did you previously want to know lots of facts?
Yeah, and I was really good at remembering facts, and I cared about my knowledge, and I cared about knowing all these things. And now I don't value my ability to remember facts.
Right.
Yeah. Do you value your ability to remember facts?
Value my ability to remember.
Do you think it's important
facts.
To know stuff? Like know facts?
Depends which facts, maybe. Like, for example, I know that Australia is in the Southern Hemisphere. Is it important to remember that? No, not necessarily.
No.
Because often you don't really think of the hemispheres as
important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I forget which countries are in which hemisphere sometimes. Like, did you know that Venezuela is in the northern hemisphere?
Venezuela, northern hemisphere.
I would have thought it was in southern because it's in South America.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the hemispheres last night on a map.
This is why it was.
I thought Iraq might have been in the south.
Yeah, right.
It's not.
Northern.
It's in the north, and actually the south is not that many. Most countries northern.
Most countries are
northern hemisphere.
To be a leader of something in the southern hemisphere is not as hard as being a leader of something in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah. There's much less competition in the southern hemisphere.
Like
Australia, New Zealand, Southern Africa.
Southern Africa.
Southern and South Europe, America.
And Asian countries.
I don't even think...
that many Asian countries?
Yeah, I think it's maybe a bit of Indonesia. Indonesia. I don't think India even makes the cut. India does not make the cut into the southern hemisphere.
Well, definitely
I think
Indonesia.
It's right.
Singapore?
Maybe.
Because I worked for a bar in Melbourne that was a cigar bar. And their claim to fame was that they had the biggest humidor. Humidor. Do you know what a humidor is?
To keep the cigars humid.
The right temperature, yeah.
Right.
And we had the biggest humidor in the southern hemisphere.
Really?
And at the time I was like, no way. What about Cuba? Cuba is clearly in the northern hemisphere.
Cuba's in the north. Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
How big was it?
It was massive.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was bigger than my apartment.
Wow.
My apartment's not that big, but...
Of a humidor, I get.
As a humidor, it was...
You walk into it and then there's a bunch of cigars around?
A lot. Shelves and shelves and shelves.
Yeah.
Maybe not bigger than my apartment. No, maybe not. But like... as big as my apartment, let's say. So like 30 square meters, 33.
Nice.
Yeah.
You ever do that? Smoke a cigar?
Many a time.
Yeah.
You?
No. Maybe once or twice.
You
maybe twice or something. Yeah, but often not.
It's hard to do it and look good doing it. Like as a woman, it's really like because it's like you gotta take it in but not inhale it.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite difficult to do that.
Right.
Particularly if you're a smoker of tobacco or
different type of inhalation going on there. So different.
It's a whole different process. You got to stop yourself from inhaling.
Yes.
And that's hard.
Yes. But I think, don't most people look good when they smoke a cigar?
Oh
Sit
no, I've seen
down in
people
a-
look like fucking like
Really?
really unattractive. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Compared to when they weren't with the cigar.
Yeah.
They looked worse with the cigar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, specifically when they're inhaling, like not inhaling, but like intaking the smoke, taking in the smoke.
Is that because they're not experienced enough to do it in a professional manner?
Or it's like you can see some people smoke cigarettes and they look like, there's an elegant, refined way to smoke, and then there's a like a not so. Like you can make yourself look better at doing things.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And so there's, people who smoke cigarettes and they're like maybe they scrunch up their face, or they they do things that are unattractive. And same with smoking a cigar. It's like to smoke a cigar, like the way you hold it, as well as like, and how relaxed you are and how natural you make it look. And then the way you hold your mouth around it. And then the way you then deal with the smoke exhalation. All these elements.
Exhalation. Opposite of inhalation. It's true. It's true. You might not believe it, but it's true. It's the opposite. It
is absolutely true.
I've been told that I sometimes smoke cigarettes in a gay-looking way.
Because you got your fingers out, like on the side, and yeah, you've got sort of a loose wrist.
Loose wrist. That's exactly right. Yeah. Loose.
My dad was the same.
Wrist. Yeah.
The way my dad used to smoke, he looked
gay?
No.
Oh.
I think he would have done it though, but no.
Really?
If different time, I think if he'd grown up in this era, I think maybe he would have given it a crack.
Gay intercourse.
Yeah.
Would have given that a crack. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Does he live in
Adelaide?
He does. Yeah. He lives in Adelaide. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll have to go and
see if he's open.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gay though.
No. But just to check if he is, then maybe I could set him up with some gay friends.
Well, maybe if something happens with his wife, maybe then he'd have time to explore it. But they're in a monogamous relationship. I don't think they're open for
monogamous. Mono, one number.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Mono.
And
a stereo.
And a stereo.
Two.
I want a stereo relationship.
Stereo relationship. You would have thought stereo, it would be stereogamous.
Stereogamous.
Yeah, meaning that there's two people involved in the relationship.
But where does stereo come from? Like, I don't think stereo means dual or double or two. I think it means more about a dispersion of...
Yeah,
I think it's
the
more...
speakers.
It's more...
I've only ever heard it in the context of the speakers, actually.
Yeah. And it's funny that there's monogamous, non-monogamous. Why does it have to be the binary of monogamy? There's polyamory, right?
That's, but what number is that? Poly?
Multiple.
That just means multiple.
Poly is many.
Poly is many. What about polygon, though?
What's a polygon?
Shape.
What is it?
I think 5.
Is it? Poly's 5?
I want to say 5, but it could be 6. Polygon. Maybe I'm wrong on this. It'd be good if we could...
Because polyglot, for example, is someone who... I really dislike the word, but someone who speaks multiple languages. More than 2.
No, maybe polygon is just a shape with more than...
More than 2.
Yeah, that could be right.
Although...
Hexagon. I think that's...
Hex is...
8?
It should be...
6.
I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Septagon is 7. Octagon is 8.
Yeah, the octagon.
Hexagon is the strongest shape. Did you know that?
Strongest. Shape.
Apparently.
How is that?
It's a fact. It's one of those facts. Apparently.
I bet
the science is there.
I don't want to brag, but I bet I'm stronger than a hexagon. Yeah. I've been working out.
Okay. I think if a hexagon was working out, it would be...
It'd be stronger. You think?
Well, they making it about adults only topics. There's a condom that's called Hex, and it's
really?
all the pieces of plastic that make the condom are little bits of little hexagons, and all the hexagons are connected, and it makes it the strongest condom ever because hexagons are the strongest shape, and having that many connections makes it really, really robust.
Robust condom. Why is it the strongest shape though?
I don't know. I think it's just the distribution, like the number of corners makes it that way. Distribution of, I'm not sure.
Yeah, some type of
It's math.
Math or science based. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
That's one for the experts there.
That is one for the experts. Wow.
Maybe you could get an expert on the podcast. Wouldn't that be great?
Nah, I get comedians instead.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like, I talk about how I don't care about facts. No, I don't not care about
Like
facts.
a hexagon expert. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Specifically hexagon expert.
My glasses, some people think are hexagons.
Oh, yeah. Shape.
But I think they're actually septagon. I think it's 7 corners.
Right. It's hard to tell because some of them are rounded a bit.
Exactly. It's not clear.
Yeah. It's good that you're doing it in a video-based format.
I know, right?
So that
we're capturing
people
this
can
gold.
see the glasses.
Right.
Yeah. And they could count how many sides, probably.
They could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up soon because I've got to go to work.
Fantastic. With the children.
Yes, I've got to pick up my 8-year-old girl from school, and then the 6-year-old boy gets Octa girl, and then the 6-year-old Hexa boy gets dropped off by a driving service. But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so I got to pick up my kids.
Driving service. You don't want to mention which one because of the.
It's the school's driving service.
Ooh, yeah. I thought, I don't know why. Okay, well.
No. But is there anything on the topic of adults only stuff that you would like to bring up before we wrap it up?
Adults. Well, there's adults. I'm an adult. I'm over the age of 18. Adults are allowed to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes in many places.
Mm-hmm.
That's available to them.
Mm-hmm.
Adults, often the rating system on movies and television, it will be the highest one will be adults. 18 plus. Depending on which country you're in, they have a different classification
of what an adult is.
Well,
in the States, it's 21.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if there
I don't
are movies.
I think the movies would probably be
18.
I don't think there's a 21 based movie classification. But the way that they name them, for example, in Australia, it's G, PG, and there's one for 13. I think that's
PG plus.
Yeah, I was thinking PG plus, but I don't know.
Or no, M. And then it's MA.
Yeah, M, MA, and then R.
And then R.
R standing for restricted, which would be for the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Adults only.
Adults only. That was beautiful. I felt like a spoken word piece.
Yeah. I'm a wordsmith, yeah.
Have you done spoken word before?
Have I done spoken word before? No.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see you just go up with
I once did
any topic.
Poetry open mic.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
And they
hated you, no?
Or did they like it? It was okay. What happened was I went there and then I was like, "Can I go first?" They said yes, and then the host came up and he said, "We need to before we get the show started, we're just gonna take a moment to have a minute of silence. One of our regular members has died recently, so we could just have a moment." And then everyone was quiet for an entire minute. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, "Okay, let's get the show started. We're going to keep the energy up first. We got a comedian coming up to the stage." So then I went up after that.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, it was not as bad as I thought it would be, but
Wow, that's a great way to go up though.
Yeah.
After a minute's silence for a
come
death.
You never bring me up that way.
I don't bring you up that way.
No.
You don't bring me up that way.
You host comedy shows.
I do.
I've performed at.
Yeah. Quite a few that you've performed at.
Yeah. Stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm. You've hosted shows that I've performed at.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Both hosting and performing at. We have done both.
This is how your
stand-up comedy.
conversations normally go with other people.
Whoa. Why do you ask that? I don't know. You have to ask the other people.
I imagine when you chat with the boys, it's slightly different.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't think
No?
so. No, you could ask them. I think it's pretty
I'm not gonna
pretty universal.
How does Anno talk to you? Oh, we chat, but it's
We've exchanged words before this broadcast-based conversation.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Multiple occasions.
Yeah, multiple occasions.
Multiple.
Poly occasions.
Poly-occasional. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then.
You know what you need is a timeout setting.
I do need a timeout setting. I need lots of things, actually. Can you see that I'm recording this on a very old computer? This is a 2013 MacBook Air.
Really?
Yep. Still kicking.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very durable.
They are.
Apple Mac computers.
Yeah.
Reliable often.
I'm a fan, unfortunately. They're expensive, but they are very reliable as hardware.
Yes.
Very reliable hardware.
Reliable hardware.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I like reliable
They
hardware.
have lots of programs available.
No.
Safari.
Who uses Safari? Come on, mate. No.
Well, it's available. It's not as common. Most people Google Chrome.
Yeah.
I believe is the most popular web browser program on computers. Yeah, Firefox is another one. Firefox might be second. Opera, bit of a fringe one there. They're doing a bit of weird things with the.
Are they?
Yeah, slightly different free VPN option on that Opera, so that can be good.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, that's good for adults only things. VPNs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like what?
Like for
Watching.
your really bad porn tastes, if you want to, secretly,
not know.
anonymously.
Yeah, you don't want
download.
the government to know that you're watching adult films.
Or specifically bad categories. I think most people don't care about their.
Did you know that most people in Ireland pronounce film?
Yeah. And Scotland.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Scotland?
Mm-hmm. Not
Film.
all of them, but I know quite a few Scots who say it like that.
Yeah. Different pronunciation to how we say it. Film.
It sounds
like
more
you got a
like
U
an
in there.
imperative, like film. Like
Fill him.
Tell him to,
Yeah.
fill him.
Fill him up.
Like if you met my father, what you'd say to your friends.
Fill him. His name is Phil?
No, I mean like if he was to try gay sex.
Ah.
That was too much of a leap.
Ah. Yeah, you just made it so dirty. I thought we were having a nice chat here, not all these adult topics, It's a bit unusual to be talking about.
No. All right, I'm going to wrap this up because I got to pick up my kids.
Fantastic.
So,
Thanks for having me on the podcast, Anna Barosh.
You're
This was the
very
best podcast I've done all day. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Number one.
we covered a lot of topics.
We did. We bounced around a lot of things. Do you try to get people following you on Instagram?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, I can. I don't know.
Well, Anno Gomes, if you
That's my name, Anno Gomes.
Yeah.
Similar to your name, Anna Barosh.
that's
We
quite
talked
similar.
about previously.
We did previously on this episode
Yeah.
of Adults Only Comedy Berlin. That has been the podcast, guys. Hopefully, the audio has been better quality, and I will be putting up the videos soon. To all of my listeners
wave
in
goodbye?
Ecuador, that's
Ecuador.
random. Yeah, I've got all these listeners in Ecuador at the moment.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
like in the last week, I've had 81 downloads in Ecuador.
Ecuador. Where is that?
I
Central
think it's
America.
It's definitely the northern hemisphere.
Northern Hemisphere.
Not the southern hemisphere.
Ah.
So shout out to all my
Ecuador.
Ecuadorian listeners. And yeah, cool. That's been the show.
Ecuador.
Thanks so much, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Nice.
Amazing.